Okay, so hello everyone. First of all, I would like to give a warm welcome to Sharks and judges as well as Noor ma'am. So I am Ojas Maheshwari and we are building LegiSec. So I am pretty sure you must have already read this Lawyers But for Hackers and you're probably thinking, right, what does it mean, right? What does that even mean? Just bear with me 2 to 3 slides. You're going to exactly understand what is a problem statement and how we are going to solve this problem. Okay. So before getting to understand the problem, you first need to know what's a bug bounty program. Basically, in a bug bounty program, companies pay hackers to hack into their systems, but the question is why? So picture this, right? You are a hacker, you hacking into an XYZ company and you tell them, okay, this is what I did. This is what I did to hack your company. Now they understand it and they say, okay, we pay you money and we fix this bug, right? Because they basically want to fix those bugs before the bad hackers find them. And there are mainly 3 types of impacts in these bug bounty programs, right? So there is the low impact bugs, there is the medium impact bugs and the high impact bugs. Low impact means that they are a little less dangerous to the company. Medium impact bugs are more dangerous, high impact bugs even more dangerous. And the pay is like low impact you can earn over $500. Medium impact you can earn over $1,000, high impact you could earn $5,000, and for critical impact, which just wrecks the whole organization, you can earn over like $10,000 or $100,000, right? So for these bugs, these hackers submit reports to the company. They explain what went wrong and how they could fix them, right? And these companies have employees they call triagers who analyze the report and they see, okay, this vulnerability has this impact on a company and because of this we are going to pay you this X amount of money. Now the thing is that there are a lot of disputes in this process. So picture this, you're a hacker, you decide to invest 2 weeks of your time in order to hack a company. You finally found a bug, you know it is going to pay you well, it is going to pay you $10,000s, right? You tell your wife to pack your bags, you're going onto a vacation. But then you take a look at the actual report and you get to know that you only got $100 for that, but you were thinking that you got over $10,000, right? And I'm not making this up. This is an actual problem which happened. The only thing you need to really see over here is that it is a high critical vulnerability and only $100 is rewarded for this. But in the previous slides, as I told you, it probably means like $10,000s, right? Well, the thing is that this vulnerability simply allows a hacker to take over another user's account with just 1 click. So this is a very critical vulnerability. The hacker reached out to them. He said, hey, can I quickly get an update on this? They said, well, because of all the possible scenarios, policy and this, that, and we can only give you $100 for this, right? And this is the problem, right? And here's where we step in. We at LegiSec, Legal Security, we provide unofficial lawyers which act as middlemen between companies and the actual hackers, right? So in case of any dispute, the hackers come to us and they tell us like, this is the report and this is what went wrong. Please analyze the report, because we have an expert pool of hackers which analyze the report that the hacker submitted. And we go on that, okay, this has an actual very large impact and this could be worth over $10,000s, but you only got $100, right? And the motive is that no hacker would be underpaid or be ripped off in the future. Well, how we work is that we have currently we have an online portal where hackers have to register themselves, and what they need to do is they just simply need to select what platform this all happened on and what is the actual report, the URL of the report that they submitted, and a brief summary of what went wrong. And then a pool of expert hackers analyze those reports. They see if they can do something and they contact them, right? And if those hackers are provided with a higher bug bounty, then we take some money as commission. Now let's come on to the actual numbers, right? How do we earn money? Well, we use a hybrid system of earning money. So the first thing is that you have to pay a very low consultation fees, that is $20. You might be thinking that this is high, but for these hackers who earn like hundreds of thousands of dollars, it is very low, right? Then we have success-based commission. So after consultation, if you think that yes, this is a good way to go, this is a good way to escalate, then what you can do is that you can approach us. We will take this to the bug bounty platforms, and if you succeed, if the report succeeds and you get a higher bounty than before, we take a 10% commission of the newer bounty. Right. We also have a subscription model. So in silver tier, you have access to hackers with reputation of less than equal to 500 points, right? So reputation points are independent on every website. They are a metric of deciding just how powerful a hacker is, right? For the gold tier, you have hackers with reputation greater than 500, hackers with reputation in thousands, right? You have a complete analysis of your report by a team of expert hackers, not just a single hacker. You have faster dispute resolution, and you get help with how you could improve and how you could leverage on more vulnerabilities, right? Then let's talk about what the size of the market is and what opportunity do we have. So according to HackerOne's report, in 2023 itself, HackerOne said that they paid $50 million to $80 million in bounties itself, right? Just a single platform. And when you combine all these platforms like Bugcrowd, Cynac, Integrity, etc., this numbers grows to $150 million to $200 million a year. And then you also have to take into account the rise in Web3 and AI and all of this stuff, which will just catalyze the progress of cybersecurity. Right. Now, if we assume that 15% of this total addressable market is open to disputes, and we assume that we have a 10% commission fee, then this number, which is a serviceable obtainable market, it comes down to $20 million a year. So this is a serviceable available market, $20 million to $40 million, and what we can obtain in the next 2 to 3 years is $1 million to $5 million a year. Now, what have we managed to do till now? So till now, we have managed to collaborate with these 3 of the biggest bug bounty platforms available in market today, which is HackerOne, Bugcrowd, and Integrity. We have over 53 expert hackers in our analysis team, which and 10 of those have a reputation of above 1,000, right? With just 6 months of opening up, we have over 100 plus hackers who have submitted their dispute reports to us, and we have made over $56,000 in just these 6 months. Now let's see what market competition is. Well, surprise, there is no competition. So this is like a complete farm which is available for us to cultivate, right? Well, these are our financial projections. So in year 1, very rough numbers are that we plan to onboard over 1,000 hackers, and we plan to accumulate a total revenue of between $250,000 to $500,000, right? For year 2, we plan to onboard over 15,000 hackers and a total cumulative profit of $3 million to $6 million. Okay, so now we ask for $500,000 from you for 20% equity in our company. How will they be used? For $400,000 would be used for payments to hackers and setting up infrastructure and stuff. $100,000 would be used for setting up pipelines and the whole development process, setting up websites, integrations with these bug bounty platforms, and so on. Our core team is me. I am the founder of this team, and we have Hendrix Coleman, who is a Chief Executive Officer. He is an MBA from Harvard Business School. We have Guilfoyle, who is a Chief Technology Officer. He was the ex-CTO at Pied Piper. We have John Harris, who will be a Chief Operating Officer, and he is a business grad from University of Pennsylvania. Okay. Now, what are the exit options you have when you invest with us, right? So there are basically 2 ways you could exit and earn money, right? So the first way is if we get acquired by a bug bounty platform, right? So let's say if in the future HackerOne or Bugcrowd, they acquire us, then they will, in either case, they will either give us cash for the share that you hold, or they will give you their own shares, right? So this is how you could liquidate cash on that. The second thing is we are planning to have an initial public offering, IPO, so you could sell stocks and earn money. So that was it. Now we are open to questions from the audience and you all. If you want to reach out, you can reach us out at YouTube, Instagram, and Y Combinator. The URLs are given below. Thank you.
Can we go back to the slide where you showed your subscription model?
Yes. Yes.
So you have mentioned very low consultation fee, $20.
Yeah.
You have 2 tiers. So will the consultation fees be charged on top of the subscription, or will it be separate?
It's separate. So by default, whenever a user signs up on a website, he is put into silver tier, right? And if they decide that they want to upgrade, they can choose $50 a month gold tier, but they still need to pay consultation fee. The gold tier will only guarantee that they have access to hackers with very high reputation.
So let's assume that someone is doing bug bounty on the site.
Yeah.
So he will not be like consulting on a monthly basis. He might be consulting in 6 months. So will he purchase that gold tier every time he has to use the consultation, or will he have to purchase the gold tier every time he has to consult? So will the user purchase it every time?
That's a very good question. But the thing is that the gold tier, it's typically purchased by like very real hackers, right? And these hackers, they don't really hack every 6 months or every year, right? They are full-time hackers and they produce like 2 to 3 reports, 2 to 3 bug bounty reports. They earn over tens of thousands of dollars even every day, every week, every 2 weeks, right? So for them, it makes sense to use gold tier, to purchase gold tier. But for the regular users who are kind of hobbyists, who, do bug bounty hunting like maybe in 2 months or 3 months, it is okay if they use silver tier. There is no need for them to purchase gold tier.
I have 2 questions. So, first of all, do you hire the lawyers on a contract basis for it?
So the thing is that it is kind of a freelance thing. So we have hackers which we pay on a freelance basis. So we have contracts, right? Just as you said. So like, let's say that somebody does a bug bounty and he submits a report. It would show up on their website and the hackers would have a chance to take a look at it and they can decide that, okay, I want to work on this. And according to, just how much the actual bounty itself is, right? We pay these hackers on a contract basis. That is it.
But the thing is, every top tier firm has its own legal counsel, so they can directly do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference, right? Their legal team is very different from our legal team. Our legal team, they are not actual lawyers, right? So they don't have all these legal degrees and all. They are actually hackers, but they act as lawyers. So that's the difference.
And what's your TTM strategy? How are you acquiring the market?
Well, the thing is that we have no competitors, right?
First of all, can you go to the market current traction slide?
Traction slide, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So over there you have written you made over $56K in 6 months. Can you justify like $50 per month is the cost for gold tier? That's the most expensive tier, and $20 is on top of it for consultation. So you have 3 firms, and how can you make $56,000 in like 6 months?
So as you can see, in 6 months of opening up, we have over 100 plus hackers who have reported to us, right? Now,
100 hackers is $5,000.
yeah, I mean, these bounties, they pay really well, right? Because if you find a critical vulnerability, you could be paid in like $50,000, $100,000 just in just a single vulnerability.
Okay, so that is that is the money you get from the hackers. The $56,000. That is the money you get from the hackers, or do you get them from the firms?
No, I think there's some confusion here. We are a firm, right? We act as a firm.
You act as a broker between two clients, right?
Yeah.
So one who has to resolve their bug and the other who resolves their bug.
Yep.
Is it clear? So how do you make the $56,000 like you have made in the past 6 months? What is, can you break it down for me?
The logic here.
I mean, so breaking down the exact logic of where we earn how much money, it could be a little bit difficult because it's a relatively new startup. It was only started yesterday night, but you know, so yeah. But the thing is that whenever a hacker submits a report, right? Yeah, so whenever a hacker submits a report and the report is successful, so let's say from $100, that the new bounty becomes $10,000, right? So we get 10% of that $10,000, which is $1,000. So we just earned $1,000.
Okay, we'll have to move on to the next. Overall, Ojas, overall a very good presentation.
Yeah.
From the presentation's point of view, one thing you said you have no competitor at all.
Yeah.
Like, are there not people who are doing similar work and like similar, if not?
Actually, that was my next question.
Yeah, you can never skip the competitor part. You have to bring something which is similar, but how is yours different from them?
I mean, ma'am, like it might be a little hard to believe, but this is actually the case. This is like a very niche kind of business, and basically the thing is how I understood about this business was I found somebody talking about it, but he never made that business, right? So he never started on that idea, and then I researched onto the market if a similar thing exists, but I found none. So that is why no competition exists.
I do not have much idea about this, so I cannot tell you. Yes.
So you were mentioning HackerOne. HackerOne actually has an in-house mediation system. So I can read it out on the website itself. A program clearly outlines a vulnerability in a particular domain as being worth a minimum bounty, but then awards less than that amount or no bounty at all without explanation. Hacker mediation can be requested for this reason.
Yes.
So that is available on HackerOne and Sherlock as well, and Immunify as well. So that is available on all major platforms.
Yes, but the thing is that, you know, if you take a look at how many actual reports are solved, so just you have to understand this, how do they solve this, right? So they have, as I said, triagers, right? Those guys, triagers, they are not expert hackers. They are somebody with some little bit of IT experience, right? They don't really know what is the impact of that bug on the actual company. We, on the other hand, we have expert hackers who analyze the report, who understand the whole business logic of the target, and who understand the entire report, and then they decide that okay, this has this much impact. So they are able to more clearly understand the impact and then clearly able to rate the bounty, right? And also the thing is that if you take a look at how much time it takes in the remediation system, you know, if you take a look at reports like the report I mentioned over here, this one, right? This one never got resolved, right? Even though it had, as you can see, this is by HackerOne itself, high vulnerability, right? You see high, but still he is paid $100, right? So this shouldn't be happening.
Just we'll have to wind up. I guess we already have this event planned for 3 hours. So I hope you will be free for 3 hours, right?
Okay.
It's going to be much more.
So what we do is 5 minutes you put a timer, ask them to wind up, and another maybe 3 minutes we'll have a question and answer session. Is that okay? You have to, Navjeet, timers, you have to.
Basically, if the person does not conclude in 5 minutes, what should I do? Like, force them?
No, you have to set a reminder, and if they don't wind